Live.
Red. Also, oh boy, Jacob, here it is.
Oh boy, Jacob, here it is.
It's the other scene that I really want to watch.
Oh, gotcha.
It's in the quest after the call, so it's sort of like the combination of the two.
Did it work?
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
His armies working in peace.
Giant Wolfman, and then all the other people. Oh, is that White Fang?
Probably.
Is that Alex? Alamigo. Yo, giant Cinnabuns. That person's name was Giant Cinnabuns.
I think I've seen monster before.
Are they Vieira?
Think so? I think, Rid. Hello, Resistance Guard. Yes, I'm ready for the cutscenes.
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Every time there's a lot of important people in one room, it's like, you guys, this is sketchy.
Thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the
It's like, guys, the Empire has like super weapons. If they blew up this building, we'd all be fucked.
You and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we
Well,
would
just
not
get
be
someone to
here.
cast rays.
Yeah.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I'm in the farmer foot costume.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino. In so many ways.
What, your little
Until
underdressed
such time as he
company?
returns,
Yeah.
I mean to carry
I
on
ditched my assassin suit for a smock.
Come, friends.
For
Let
some
us leave the
plausible
past in the
deniability.
past and try to face the future.
It's like, I'm not gonna be accused for killing the fucking... oh god, what's her title? The potato this time.
Oh, the Sultana.
Oh,
Sultana, that's it.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we
It's
read the
just
winds aright.
2.5 left, right?
The
Or
winds
3.5.
suggest but one
4.5.
course to me.
Yeah,
One
well,
which
4.5
leads from
and
the sea unto
4.5
the river and thence
six,
to the source of
4.5,
all our
6,
woes.
just not really sure.
The Ascians.
It's like only 2 quests.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and
What's still
since.
played Fane?
And while they remain, we shall know
What's still
no
played
peace.
Fane?
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
All the smart people are gone.
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause.
Now it's one smart person and two stupid people.
It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic. Subterfuge.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind,
It is
Master
funny how
Thancred.
like the warrior
None here know the
treated
enemy
as
better than the
canonically pretty
Scions.
dumb.
And you mayhap best of all.
It's like, oh, you're really good at killing things, but you're kind of stupid.
Whatever it is you propose,
Well, of course,
give
it's
it
Foot.
fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
Laugh at that.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his
Wait, were you saying that to me?
rumors of Xenos' death had
Oh.
already begun to surface
Oh,
around
okay. I was like, huh? What? Huh?
However, what the masses
Just the others in the scene were laughing at just then just the
Our
warrior
true
like
objective is to
standing
create
there.
an opening for rival factions
Yes.
to exploit.
Humor.
I don't get it.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor
Can I
Solus's
kill with
death.
this humor?
Can I eat it?
A war which raged until but recently,
Kind of
plunging
buff
the
does
imperial
he?
house into disarray as nephew and
I don't
uncle
need
grappled for the throne.
Thank you.
It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces, would be too enticing to ignore.
I don't remember her name at all.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second
No,
war
no,
of succession.
the tall elf lady.
Oh,
I am no
yeah,
stranger to infiltrating Imperial
Right, so
territory.
you said that.
With a team of operatives
She
gathered
keeps
from
showing
among
up
the
in these
Alliance's
Rising
finest,
Stone scenes, and I'm like,
plan should
yeah,
have a
you,
chance of success.
that one.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the
The only
provinces.
crystal braves
We
I
stand
ever
ready to
remember are the
act,
ones that
and
turned
act we
evil.
must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Foot has a headache.
Sora.
Everyone has a headache.
Foot's headache is contagious.
History must be changed.
The choker with the farmer outfit.
Naughty farmer.
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life.
Hey!
Twin
You sound like the Warrior of Darkness.
only you.
What's the matter?
What comes?
There's
spies in our midst?
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Is it like another dude from the darkness world with an echo, or is it the same guy? Because he died.
Is it over?
Oh, well, yeah, I figured you know.
Huh? How would you know? Is it explained or something?
I'm not gonna lie, like when Banquet fell over there, I thought it was
Have every healer make ready.
And then they're like, oh no, it's serious. Like, oh, sorry, I laughed.
Oh,
Banquet.
it's like, classic Tancred.
Flops over. Like.
Yeah.
It's not a hill
Bleh.
quest. There's no boing sound
Master
effect as he
Thancred remains in
clops to the
slumber,
ground.
though his vital signs appear.
He's buried half in the ground.
What could have done this? And
You
why
mean
just him
he's
and not the
looking
others?
for something?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, my lady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Ah, yes.
God, that only makes it worse.
Logic.
You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh.
My soul being plucked from my flesh?
You're a Reaper. You're supposed to do that to others.
Yeah.
Wait, that's my
I
thing.
myself examined Thancred.
Everyone looks at Foot like, what the fuck?
Reach out as I may.
I mean...
I could not
It's like,
sense
yeah, I
the
learned to do that off
love
screen.
that was his soul.
Did I not tell you?
There's an old lady, she was from Garlemald, she was from where?
Was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether. A consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian, Vahabrea.
First was talking with Garlean Lion Man.
The owner of the
now
voice,
another Garlean.
whoever it may be.
Well, she summoned a demon and was like, you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, I guess.
Oh, sure. I summon demons, yeah.
You did a demon?
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Wait, do we get to go hang out in the fucking World of Darkness?
Forgive us, Lys. but
That'd be
we leave
cool.
Thancred in your care for a time.
That'd be really cool if that's where the expansion was.
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's
No,
well
that's,
looked after.
that's
Just
World of
focus on
Warcraft.
solving this mystery, all right?
The world where the warrior gardens came from was
Thank you,
fun,
Lys.
like,
Wait,
As
what'd you
the
say?
Elder Seedseer says,
the world where
it is
the
no
warrior
ordinary
gardens came from
individual
was
we are
flooded with
dealing
light.
with.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
He's from a darkness world.
Whoever or whatever is behind
Light
this,
world.
the sooner we find
I thought
out,
the light was
better.
destroying it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
It's a regular world with too much light.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, are we the darkness world then? Like, what the fuck? Hold on.
The darkness world's
That's where the void came from, right?
Yeah.
I remember lore videos.
Well, and the Ascians are having some plans.
The Ascians having plans?
They do be scheming though. They're like,
Organization
"Yo, guys,
13.
darkness is really cool. Consider it."
Oh no.
Consider darkness.
I have to go to Limsa.
Oh yeah.
To the Rising Stones.
It's not the Waking Sands.
Ah, they're just straight into cutscene. Okay, sounds good.
Oh, crazy.
I like your description of your stream, Riley.
Urianger!
I mean,
God, it's good to see you.
I appreciate it. This is the
our
part of the
meeting
game
were under
where,
happier
where I went from,
circumstances.
this is fun to,
I
love
judged the
this
voice
game,
sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You heard it too, then?
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
Okay, Robert, when do you get blood lilies?
That I cannot say. Not when so little is
I think it's
known.
either 50 or 60.
Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with
over to
mine
White
own
Maiden.
eyes.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in
It looks like
etheric density.
52 you unlock Secret of the Lily. Add the Lily to your healing
Well,
gauge.
that spares me the
every
trouble
second
of an
during
explanation.
combat.
Yes.
Up to
I know to
maximum of 3.
precisely that at two apparently
You're close, right? You're
unconnected
49?
locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far
15.
East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin.
I'll probably be 51 by the
Naturally,
end of
my
this
suspicions first turn to
MSQ
primal
dungeon.
activity. But the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being
Why is
quite
the MSQ
perplexed.
roulette so limited?
If the same phenomenon
has to
is
do
being
with the
observed in
history
multiple
of the
locations on
game
opposite
where,
sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to
So,
say, this warrants further
originally
investigation.
it's just the 2. Actually, now it's the 3. Casa
Indeed.
Meridianum.
I shall make
but
it
they
my
were
task
dungeons
to-
essentially. Actually, they were full-on raids. They were like 32 mans or whatever.
The voice. It calleth to me once more.
Jeez, Urianger.
But they also had unskippable cutscenes because they were important for the story of the game, which made them something nobody wanted to do. So they just threw in this extra roulette with really
I
good
hear it
rewards,
too.
so that people would do them to bring other people through into the rest of the game.
Only you.
And then they just changed their design philosophy to not have to worry about that, but it's still part of the game. So.
Ishtar
I mean, it's weird, like, the vault versus the Praetorium.
Throw wide the gates.
You can skip through the vault.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, although it's like seems like equally important.
Yeah, but the important stuff of the vault happens at the beginning and the end when it's not taking up anybody else's time. Whereas there's important stuff, little less so now, but still a thing that happens in the middle
Open your eyes.
These that's unskippable. So.
Yo, did they get soul reaped?
Open your eyes, I beg you.
Is Ishtola dead again?
They're just tired.
I was actually waiting for you to say that after the whole. I hope she doesn't die again.
Please, not again.
Stop doing that. It's Thancred and Ishtola again.
Oh, Foot's sad.
Foot's sad face. Why is it so derpy?
Foot doesn't know how to express emotion well.
He's like cartoon sad.
You're telling me Foot's not a cartoon character?
I mean, I guess he is.
Anime isn't cartoons.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Why is it on Toonami then?
Got him.
Why was Astro Boy based off of American cartoons? He was like, hey, I want to do something like that. And then they were like, what the fuck?
Like, alright, I guess.
I love reading like every couple years the fact people like bring up that he had a secret stash of furry drawings that he did.
I never heard that one. Damn.
Yeah, based off of the Disney designs.
Robin Hood?
No, just like the whole like how the characters are designed, like and they look.
Gotcha. That Robin Hood movie, from what I've heard, has been the awakening.
Great awakening.
Many of furries.
You mean it wreaked havoc on our society?
I think it was like...
It was the second coming of the awakening.
I don't even think it was just for furries. I think it was for a lot of people. Their like sexual awakening. Like, I don't know anything about this fox, but goddamn, they're hot.
That fox can get it.
I never really got that impression, to be honest.
I didn't watch Robin Hood until like I was in my mid-20s or something.
It was my favorite movie as a kid.
I watched it religiously.
Yes, I used to steal the vacuum attachment and pretend it was a sword.
Nice.
I think my favorite Disney movie growing up was either Aladdin or Fox and the Hound.
I like Aladdin.
Fox and the Hound's phenomenal.
I'm not sure I ever saw Fox and the Hound.
It's so good.
The Lion King has my favorite song.
I can never watch Aladdin again after fucking.
I remember you saying that. Like I was like, it's one of those things where everything you were saying, I'm like, I totally get that. I gotta block this out, or else I'm not gonna be able to enjoy Aladdin.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I mean, sure, but it was all pulled out of your butt.
What do you mean?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was my thesis. I had to research it.
It's the definition of it. It's your conclusions.
And I had to have a bunch of fucking sources that supported it.
No, I'm with you, Riley.
Robert, my thesis was that Aladdin manufactured consent for the Iraq War.
Jeez.
Gaboo, it's been too long.
Because it's fucking rife with, like, Orientalism and just being like, ah, yeah, the Middle East is just this big open desert.
No change. If he can
There's
still
no
hear us,
people there. There's no
No
history
sign.
there. There's just caves
I see.
of wonder.
You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
I remember over the pandemic when my sisters.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I.
My dad, her, and I.
I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet.
Whatever. All got stoned and ended up watching it with my mom.
You know,
It's a weird night.
with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night?
That was Robin Hood.
Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens. I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones.
And you remember this child that was traumatized?
Not like now.
I actually don't.
Gabu?
It's Gabu.
You know, Gabu.
You know, Gabu.
He wanted you to save
I've
his
seen my
parents,
share
and
of
when you
trouble
got there,
since
his
coming to
parents were dead,
Eorzea.
he got taken over by Titan.
Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world.
I guess
And
that's
I've
a
come to
no.
know the sorrow of parting all too well.
I'm like racking my brains. I'm like, I just remember kicking Titan's ass.
But to have the
first
people
time
I
you,
hold dear
hung
struck
out with
down before
Alice,
my eyes, and be powerless to help them.
Nah, nothing.
That,
Alright, fair enough.
that
There was
I
that whole
cannot
thing
bear.
where she was trying to get him to talk afterward because he was all traumatized.
And for that
I think
I
I'm gonna
am
burn out my
grateful.
retinas casting holy.
I don't know what I would do without you.
You see, you need to play Astrologian to
Oh, I know.
condition yourself to
day.
it. And then nothing will ever hurt
Come on.
you again.
We have
Rappy
friends
or
to
whatever it's
save.
called.
Like every time I'm like, Red Mage is pretty flashy. And then an astrologian will walk in and just be like, here's the sky.
To the Rising Stones! Again!
Welcome to the end of every expansion.
What?
Oh, just other players sometime.
What? FF14 players.
I see.
What do you mean, which one?
Well,
There's
no,
three
so
of them.
There's the delay, but well, specifically
There's
eggs.
this one, there's that one, there's that one.
Alright, I gotta take a look now.
The worst is eggs moo, though. You gotta be honest.
They were in a maid outfit.
Ah, yes, great.
Oh, yes, of course.
Excellent.
So, a Final Fantasy player.
Why aren't you in Limsa, where you belong?
You guys know that as soon as I can, like, wait, can I put 2B boots on foot?
I don't know.
I
know they've started
no.
phasing out. I know they started phasing out the gender-specific
I
stuff.
don't think that's
but
one of them yet.
Yeah.
God damn it, I want to make foot into a bimbo.
Oh, no wonder I could buy a Buddy Girl outfit for Aiden.
There are similar outfits you can buy now.
Hey Riley, you know what you can wear?
What?
1 second.
The Populares no longer
Oh,
present an
I can't
obstacle.
do my glamour, my dancer
Now
outfit.
is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your
Oh, he's at the
radiance
scene.
is all it takes.
Oh, baby.
But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart.
Time for a skunk.
It's very interesting why you guys just didn't do that to begin with, then.
Do what?
Just tear apart Alamico. Is Xenos gonna get got by his dad?
Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary, playing the part of a fool.
You lost a foot? Have you ashamed yourself and your father?
When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire.
What does that mean?
My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And
What
with this adamant flesh at my disposal...
This adamant flesh?
Icon Slayer. As easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you
Saying
hesitate?
the body's really strong.
Ooh. Are you an Ascian or someone that just possessed his son?
Our
Why that
enemy
visual image
is
so
resourceful.
funny for me on the scene I'm at right now.
Though victory is certain now,
Which scene is
it
that?
will not remain
That's
so.
a little later in
indefinitely.
Riley's scene.
Oh, okay.
Deliberate if
I
you
think I know
must,
the
but
part
be
you're
quick
talking
about it. We'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt.
Hey, Riley.
Until then,
What?
Remember
I take my
Ariana's
leave.
dad in Food Wars?
Father.
Yes?
That's good.
What?
Is that the same voice actor?
No, he
Oh,
just looks similar.
gotcha. That's
And
fair, I
vibes.
suppose. Yeah, yeah.
I should be the one to sigh.
What? I'm sorry?
I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back. Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree? Have you no words for me either? No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery. Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms.
What the fuck?
You do not make judgments.
Don't worry,
you
just some overt
administer them.
exposition.
Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern.
I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge.
Choices as emissary seldom err.
His hair's too short to be in charge.
If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal.
Well, now you want the balance?
That is why this empire exists, why I built it. Oh dear, have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The Founding Father was an Ascian. And he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
Oh. It's a strange reason to found an empire.
To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power. And there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alec.
That's what I was laughing at, just like the gun just like hit fire.
Okay. No, I'm in charge.
Plow, kaplow.
Mark me, Asian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
Straight up the fucking gun.
Such a waste of time and energy, both yours and mine. Lest you forget you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you, pliant pieces for the game. Oh, do
Slice
stop
of life for those
sulking,
two, where just
boy.
every time he's annoying,
You
he gets
of all
shot.
people should
Yeah.
understand. Ours is a struggle to
like,
restore
oh, shut
both
up.
mankind
Blam.
and the world to
Like,
their
you
rightful
gotta
state.
stop doing
Viewed
that.
thus, our goals are one and the same.
Hello.
Who goes?
Yeah. Isaac says hello.
Hi, Isaac.
Hello.
Right? They say hello back. Well, Jacob did.
Hi, Zick.
Oh, now he said hi.
No, I said hi, Zick.
Oh, sorry. He said hi, Zick. My bad.
See, that's much.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that Alphino was lost.
You forgot about the burn?
You know.
God, we went there because beach episode. I don't know. It looked nice.
And he went off with this random stranger.
This man named Shadow Hunter.
Speaking of which, Jacob. Oh, no, never mind. I thought you were at a different thing.
Nah.
How very nuanced of a take, Alphino. We gotta stop the bad guys from using the bad thing.
Use the bad guy juice.
We should find the Asians and stop them. He's so smart.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news. After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
There you go. That's what I was talking about, Jacob.
Why did it have to be Y'shtola and Urianger and not me? Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle. And Alphino's still missing. God, it's all going wrong. Where do we even start?
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Hi, Kryl.
Kryl, I thought you were busy delving into the mysteries of Eureka.
Potato.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel
One of
free
the
to
top
call
10
on me,
potatoes in the whole
regardless of
game.
my personal circumstances.
Well, maybe top 20.
I was supposed to. I'd give her top 3 potatoes.
Yes, I
Top
should also-
3?
Really, you only know
Taru
3.
and Pippin.
Thank you for coming, Kryl. We would welcome your
Yeah.
insight.
You're saying she's above Lolorito?
And I should be happy to provide it.
Okay, definitely not
What's this I hear
Telegia.
about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny
She might be
ideas.
4 or 5 because the
Do you remember
black
the speech he
mage,
gave when he was
well,
accepted
also
to the studium?
potatoes are pretty cool as well.
Was she above Papalimo for you?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Life's goal
I don't
is
see any
not less
scion
than the
named that.
salvation of this star.
Man, he gave his life.
Yeah, for no reason.
Shinryu wasn't that hard.
That particular grand pronouncement has been a source of great embarrassment to him.
Yeah, well, he broke out anyway.
But the fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
I could have taken him.
Yes, he remains
Level
altruistic to a
50
fault.
or 60
But I'm
now?
worried he was too fixated on his goals to
Wow.
see the dangers, as has happened before.
You needn't be so concerned.
Yeah.
Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not
Might
the
take a
good
few
boy
tries.
he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone. A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
I don't know, your voice sounds kind of different.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
Yeah, well, so does everybody from that point in the game.
I know. That was the joke.
Ah, fair enough. Oh no, I missed the joke!
I survived the thing. Such devastation.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep. Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Ah, yes. The Elder Seed-Seer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Yeah, I'd say bottom tier potato would be Papashan.
If we assume the ether which comprises your
useless
essence is being
character.
drawn to some other place, then it may be possible to follow the trail it leaves
I mean,
behind,
he's
just as we
pretty
did
much
in
a
our search for
random
Thancred.
NPC that for some reason people talk about a lot.
His whole thing
I
is
wasn't
he
around for
can
that,
never. He's
but I
supposed
can't
to
imagine it was
guard the
easy.
Sultana, and he can never find the Sultana.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try.
Where's the Sultana
I
fit
will
on
have need of
potato
Master
tier list?
Matoya's crystal eye if I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
Well, it changes, like, where we are in the game. Not very high, but not at the bottom. By, decent.
So not a great potato.
Not an amazing potato. A passable potato.
So just plain legs.
Yeah. You know, you'll eat them, but you're not gonna, like, be like, damn, that's a...
Do I not have anything unlocked here?
What?
I don't have anything unlocked in this area. Like, no...
No Aetherites.
Ah.
You just gotta go down from Idle Shard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was like, wait, where am I?
Where is that? Yeah, but we bonked him with a rock. White Orosite.
White Orosite?
White Orosite.
White.
White Orosite.
Cocaine.
Cocaine? He'll be back. Look out. He's coming back.
It's also a war crime.
What? Huh? War crimes? Where?
Nothing. You'll see.
Come to disturb my peace again, have you? I hide myself away in a cave, and still you people insist on pestering me with your problems. Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Well, I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders. Now, what exactly does this tragic situation of yours have to do with me?
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
And Stola is one of the afflicted, is she?
Yeah, she got her soul sucked out.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
I think I'm gonna call it a night here.
Okay. Good night, Sleepy.
Our friends first fell and cast my senses out.
Night, guys.
I'm also sleepy. Good night, Robert. We need to take some Advil.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
They're not on this plane of existence.
Cryle, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Could the ether have dissipated if it had? Oh gods! Their bodies are just husks. It's like the Broodmother's daughter all over again.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
But where?
I'm back.
That's the question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
You're almost there, Jacob.
Yeah.
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking. Pray, excuse me a moment. Yes? I remember, but...
They will probably
What, to Alamigo?
definitely get there the next time
We're on our way.
Get to Shadowbringers.
That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
Well, yeah, we'll probably do that.
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
Go, child, go!
And then we get to do Hildebrand.
Too short for dithering.
Well, I mean, whenever.
I'll do some digging in the meantime and see if there is...
No, I know. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do all the Hildebrand quests before I start Shadowbringers.
Let's be off then.
It's like a reward.
I mean, you'll have quite a lot of time before it's required.
Oh, not again.
Yeah.
The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that simple.
What is happening to the ether?
Before
Glorp?
they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes on a thinning of the ether. It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting at shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Meanwhile,
Back to the Alamegan quarter.
You know, now that I think about it, taking your helmet off so you aren't recognized is kind of funny. It's like, who's this guy? I don't recognize him. He hasn't got his helmet on.
It's just the Mandalorian.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
You assume?
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events. Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This shadow hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn. Tell us more about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them. They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same. Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander Aldin enough for giving us such an unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
Westward? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
We knew this was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
No, they won't. Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on! No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Untold sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too. Well, at least we're both still standing.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
I wish I knew. Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
No, this guy's on a T-Rex.
Oh yeah, you can get that. I can't remember exactly how, but you can get it from doing the stuff for the like in that.
Yeah, I remember Jacob was talking about it a while ago. Oh, wait a second. What the fuck? Why does Matthew Perry hate Keanu Reeves?
Oh, I don't know. I saw it.
Fuck Matthew Perry.
Honestly, I don't think I can name any Matthew Perry stuff other than Brett. I didn't like Brett.
Yeah, because it's fucking shitty.
I don't know, talk to anyone about 5 to 10 years older than us and they'll be a big fan.
Yeah, well, fuck them. They're cringe.
You're wrong. Those darn actual millennials.
Yeah, they're cringy, man.
Not us. We can't figure out if we're millennials or Gen Z. Just sort of adrift.
Are you more of a Ross or a Joey?
I'm happy to say I'm neither.
Oh, so you're Matthew Perry.
Personalities.
God, I remember when Tristan was watching all of Friends during junior year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Tristan, why? You could be watching anything else. Why this?
Because if it's bad, he watched it.
Ah.
He watched like 800 episodes in one piece.
Oh, God, no.
If you have any interest, just read it. It's much
I don't.
that way.
I really don't.
And I don't blame you for that.
Jacob Alpharad cannot make me watch it.
What about someone Posey D?
Nope. Not him either.
What?
I wouldn't even watch One Piece if, like, Pat himself called me personally and told me to watch One Piece.
What if you got to be on the stream as a reward?
Fuck. Alright, maybe.
Advertise your stream.
Yeah, alright. I'd watch One Piece if Pat streamed with me.
Is Pat your Oshi?
Or Wooly. But probably more Pat.
Seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
God.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alameda without fear of weakening her own borders. Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Yo, Ian, put your hand down, bro. Jesus Christ. Don't you know fascism's on the rise?
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
Ian's a Kanye fan.
2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
I'm surprised he was able to walk through the opening of the tent.
Is that an Imperial airship? Of all the rotten timing.
But this is a gift, Mistress Alize. They can test our new wall for us.
CM Punk got hurt again. Wow, almost like he's an old man.
Seems solid enough. Though
And
I
his
was hoping for
dog was hurt? What the fuck? CM Punk's dog? Why was his dog at all out? Alright. Ah. I was like, who's that? It's the Shadow Hunter.
It's Alpha, no.
Oh, Alize, now you need to put on some fucking chapstick.
Let me go! He has my brother!
Lower the barrier.
Yeah, but he ends all smooth.
That's fair.
Oh god. I love Foot. He's such a fucking dunce.
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
No, not him too.
A whole expansion without Alphino. Is that what you're promising me?
We could identify no cause and found no remedy.
No, we get Alpha
Thus I
no
sought to return him to Doma.
Oh, fuck.
And into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions.
No, we only get Orion.
Would you not agree, adventurer?
I don't hate him.
I'd be down. Just because he talks so funny.
It's like, he just gave me a quest. I'm not sure what he wants me to do, though.
I, Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf.
Oh!
That was the title I was given.
Yeah.
One I have long since relinquished.
Fascinating.
Stand down. The legatus of the 14th Imperial
See,
Legion
isn't he hard to
died
recognize
Castrum
without the helmet?
Meridianum. I am no more
Yeah, he really is.
a man without rank or allegiance.
I mean, I should have recognized his fucking gunblade.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Also, he had, along with the
Do you
Assi
remember
mask, he
how
has
it
his own,
unfolded?
like, the front of his helmet is on his like hip.
How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea? The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god.
Yeah, bro, you weren't saying, like, I'm gonna be a good person and bring peace and stuff. You were saying some evil shit.
A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them that
I, like, just ran the castrum.
vengeance on the Ascians. The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge. My principal quarry was to be La Habrea,
whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Yeah. Yeah, I killed him.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each
This
and
game
every
really
one
likes to
dragged
rehabilitate bad guys.
Yeah.
It's like, here's Nero. He's an insufferable asshole. You'll love him.
In a single respect, perhaps.
Here's Gaius. He's a crazy evil fascist. He's also hot.
share what intelligence I have acquired.
For the most part, they're fairly successful.
Among the
at,
Asians,
like,
the black-masked
these
ilk are
assholes
subordinate
who
to
are
those
assholes
who wear
earlier in
red.
the story.
This
Yeah.
you already know.
We're like, God damn it! Like,
Yet among the red, there
Stop
exists
that.
a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source. Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the source. The first was La Hebrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
Elidibus seems like the strongest.
But I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us.
He's got the white robe.
As I assume my brother told you, we have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown
somewhat
Prince.
in the background since
Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light. Your many deeds in Heidelind's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader,
It's like, wait, we're disrupting the balance?
one of our primary targets.
Are we the bad guys?
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we
The
inspected
legacy
bodies
of the crystals has shaped our history for long enough.
immediate attention. They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical and
I'm actually wearing my fucking Endwalker shirt.
Toxic gas. This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch. Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Galvas.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized. And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus. All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland. It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
There was a time when I scorned those who placed their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected ally, to say the least. Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
My finest healer is attending to your friend who had his soul removed.
Dang? Does it work that way?
It's like, he's not sick, bro.
He don't have no soul.
You got schlorped out. Back to the rising stones!
Our supplies at Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. See that you do.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention. A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for...
Oh. When you put it that way.
If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would...
Yeah, sure.
Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself believing.
The silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect. Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence. Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
And Solus really likes to pose, doesn't he?
Yeah.
While you do what?
And saunter, apparently.
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
I am well aware that your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire.
My God, he doesn't care about the Empire.
You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal
Earlier,
demise.
he only created it to do his thing.
Like, what? How are you so dumb?
Our homeland was plunged into civil war for your failure to name a successor.
Varys is just a big meathead.
You so carefully constructed was but
Just a big, powerful meathead.
From collapse.
Are you truly so naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
It was by design?
Well, of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed. Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way. Since we may not meet again in this lifetime, it would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in elegant cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research. And of all the options available, you chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey? If events play out as planned, this will become something of a family enterprise.
Could you imagine being the guards in this room?
Way over my head.
We will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
It's like, is that the founder of the Empire?
I was just here to guard the clothes.
Oh, he just shot him, and then he got back up, but it was a different him. He shot that guy, and then another one that looked just like him appeared on the steps.
Getting a bit shaggy there.
Yeah, I kind of realized that. Like Scoob, man. Like the Asians are some creepy guys.
There is the whole mask thing, so you know, unmasking the Asians. Let's see who's behind this mask.
He just rips his mask off and just untold darkness like pours out. Man, I am really in Cutscene City, aren't I?
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord Here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news,
so, Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Asians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right? Ordinarily,
Yeah, that's
even
about
one
right.
of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal. Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea. The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it. As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Asians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Oh, speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varus did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of vipers.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each Alliance nation, of course, but I'm afraid we have to ask that you come along too.
God, Lise, you know how much I hate politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it. Very well. I shall attend as the Scion's representative.
In case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of Eorzea's champion.
I don't like politics either.
Oh, you're not, are you? Come on, if Alizé
There's a
can
voice
pull
in my
away,
head
then
that
so can you.
screams about it all
Now,
the
we don't know
time, but
what
I don't
Varus
like
means to
it.
bring to the table, or why he wants you there. But having you close at hand should make all the difference.
I'm just here to kill things and farm.
The meeting will take place in a day. Anticipating an early assault, we mean to position the bulk of our forces nearby.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way. Once you're ready, we can head out and join them.
I don't know if it's Riley's cup of tea, but...
Parley with the Emperor. Alright, here we go.
Esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you. As recent events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue. Doma has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace.
The Gimli Dank.
As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated. Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Dorma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
I don't think conquest can be called bringing order and peace.
Despoil our lands, take everything that is ours. And what?
It's very white
You
man
expect us to lick the
Well,
blood that
yeah,
grinds our faces
absolutely.
into the dirt?
I mean, he even calls the Eorzeans savages and everything.
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Your Radiance. I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons. A 1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned. Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words.
Oh, you're a neoliberal, are you, Varys?
Strength is all that matters in the end.
Violence is never the answer.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of ceruleum and the subsequent development of magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it, and from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers? I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal. They too lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace,
Right.
we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the
Fun, fun,
12's
fun.
Woods bounty.
Night.
Would that your people might learn from their example.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing. Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait, I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
So, how do you like Varys?
He's interesting. I mean, he seems like the classic, you know, I won't say would-be tyrant. He is kind of a tyrant, but he's like, you know, good at being a bad guy, even though he has his now grandpa fucking like giving him shit all the time, you know. Seems very committed to the the well-being of the Empire, obviously. Thank you, Foot.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim.
Like, for being a meathead, he's a really
Why
good
expand
statesman.
further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons posed to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner. Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Finally, you ask the right question. I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more. No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rhalga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of the star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections. That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today.
The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
A rejoining of worlds.
I have heard this tale of the Source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing. But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
What?
Yes. My grandsire, the former Emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters, when the prize is true and lasting peace?
Your prize is a lie.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard. An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate. I bid you join me, not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
You want to trigger another half-dozen calamities? You can't be serious!
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
It is unthinkable, unconscionable.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
And do what?
Into your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We
cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another. While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible. Such a man is not fit to govern.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
Yes.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, Foot's not down with genocide.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me. Though I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages. This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
I think I might go to bed. Yeah, I think I might go to bed.
Face of War is the next dungeon.
Gotcha.
And then there's only 2 quests after that.
Oh, lit.